Previously on Will Save. Our adventurers found some fond memories thanks to an olfactory nose, but in the end were left with a foul stench befitting the horrors of the Grey Station collapsing around them. The olfactory nose knew nothing of the formidable worm-like creature befit for the face of Arrakis at the end of the hallway, but could definitely smell the fear coming off our heroes as they fled back to search for another exit. Will this trail of troll-driven destruction lead the troop to a timely departure from this torturous test lab? Or is our team the ones trolling for trouble? Find out this time on Will Save.
You know what week it is? We talked about it last week. It is the week of a holiday. And you know what that means? That means we all go around, we all talk about how we like the holiday.
I forgot.
And then we get to Kevin, and then he's always like, I hate holidays. So,
They're dumb.
Every time.
every time. So, I will open it up to Kelly and to Will. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it's good. It's whatever. I mean, you just do something really simple and sweet. Usually, I don't know. Take your girl out for
just
a
be
nice
with
dinner.
the ones you love.
Yeah. Maybe take a small trip somewhere.
And
That's how I feel too.
Kevin doesn't like love though, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
what he's thinking. But yeah,
simple romantic expressions of love go a really long way.
agree.
Even if you're, if you're single and towards another, sure. It's not just for, couples.
Yeah, can be.
Although it's marketed that way.
Yeah, it's true.
Although
It's a lot of marketing.
there are these. I haven't been to these in some time, but like
Over commercialization.
there's something that's like there's parties just for singles on Valentine's Day. But my advice to you is never go to them, because like when I was there, like everyone was so sour all the time. And then the whole time, like the girls were like, I hate guys. And the guys were like, girls are dumb. And that was basically the entire party. And I was like, well, this is lame. I'm out of here.
Wow, was
this in middle school?
No, this was like as a grown man. It was, I don't know. I was like 20. I don't know what I was.
You're hanging out with grown children?
Grown
Well,
children,
many
that's what you were
adults
doing.
are.
Yeah. Yeah, or
Yeah,
just hang out.
Walking child adults.
If you're single on Valentine's Day, it's all good. Just hang out with your friends
Yeah,
or something.
just hang out with your
exactly.
platonic relationships. Those also need love and care,
Yeah.
Don't do anything you won't regret. And stuff
That's
like
always good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kev, tell us how you hate Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
It's not that
Balance it out.
It's not that I hate it. It's just I just find them pointless. Like it's just another day, and especially Valentine's Day. Again, like most holidays are taken out of context and just manipulated by, the corporate entities. Yeah.
So,
And Valentine's Day is like the worst and like best example.
True.
Next to Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is pretty bad.
But yeah, like Valentine's Day is just like, hey, buy our candy and give it to your loved ones because love. And like, I love my wife and I show her in other ways.
I want her to eat healthy.
Yeah. Though I love chocolate. So
Consider a fruit bouquet.
February 15th is definitely the day to celebrate.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day.
After.
I thought that was the
Galentine's?
13th.
Also, shout out to my dad. Birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, happy birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
I have a story to tell that's well deserved, and also happy birthday, Will's dad, Mr. Garrett, Mr.
Yeah,
Satellite
Mr.
Man,
Dr. OK
rocket
Senior,
scientist.
One of our biggest fans.
Yep.
Yeah,
Follows us on Podbean.
Yep.
He's like our only follower.
Yeah, one of like 4 people. It's just us and the other people, the other
nobody follows anybody
podcasters
on
who
Podbean.
post on
The other
Podbean.
people who are on Podbean who are
Yeah, it's me and Will Save.
Yeah. And Dr. OK Senior. Yeah. Kelly.
I was gonna say, so I used to live in Japan, and in Japan, Valentine's Day is actually for guys. So like girls go out and buy guys stuff. But then there's this other day called White Day, where like guys like go and like give white chocolate to the girls, and then like, yeah, I think that's in like a week or 2 or like the next month or something like that.
That's cool.
So it's a little bit equal, which is kind of cool.
and then isn't there a Black Day in
There's a
Korea
Black Day. That's for singles.
who
Yeah.
are unhappy singles?
And you eat something called jjajangmyeon. It's really good.
Ooh,
Black bean noodles.
Black
So
bean
delicious.
noodles is
I would
really
be single
delicious.
just to get those noodles.
Because you can't get them if you're in a relationship. It's
You
for
just
tell your girl,
Yeah,
like,
you can't
look,
eat them
this isn't
with your
working out.
date at the
not
restaurant.
working out.
Across from somebody who's eating them in shame.
Just break up for one day. And, yeah. But I want to hear some more Kevin ranting, so go ahead.
No, you got to wait till the other holidays, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Aw.
Just overall, in general, I just think most holidays are pretty much pointless. It's a free day off from work, and like
Valentine's
I don't
Day
know.
is a day.
I don't.
It's not
I feel like
You guys ever gotten like a really surprising good Valentine?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is going back to the days, but like in high school with my high school sweetheart, I took Valentine's week to like the next level and would bring her like a gift every day, and I cut off a rose from my mom's rose bush until it was dead. And it, like I never got like true like appreciation
Enjoyment from it.
Kev,
Yeah.
Are we getting to the root of why you hate Valentine's
I
Day?
think we just got somewhere. I think we reached a breakthrough with Kevin.
Yeah. Kev's like, I went all out. I never got.
And so now I'm like, it. Why?
yeah. There it is. Well, this is
It
great.
makes sense now.
Kev.
I said that in last episode the Will was Ebenezer Scrooge, but I think you are, Kevin.
Well, now
I think
that
so
I live
too.
like somewhere where it snows, I love Christmas time.
Just walking around with a little hat.
A little hat and candle.
Little elf hat, whatever
Yeah.
he has. Yeah.
It's not,
Look,
it's,
Valentine's Day.
yeah.
it's like a Link style elf, not like
I
You're just like cutting down rose bushes with your sword. Is that what you do?
I think the
I think I
ghosts
know what
of
he's-
Valentine's past need to come visit Kev.
Oh, that'll be us. One of us will be the ghost of Christmas past and present and future. And we'll
Valentine's Day, past, present,
For
future.
Sorry, Valentine's Day.
past,
yeah.
present, future. I'm in.
This is what your life is going to be like if you don't shape up, Kevin. You're just going to be like alone in like a fucking
Married, happily married with a son.
Totally normal. Yeah. Having fun playing on a podcast. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
All
Yeah.
right, well.
I
Ghost
love
of
it.
a Valentine's Day future is just like, no, you're good. Like, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
listen to
yeah,
him.
just don't change anything. Look, you can either go to therapy or you can listen to Will Save, and it's up to you.
Yeah. Give us your letters. We'll help you
So,
out.
we have something real
Or
quick.
join us on Discord.
Or join us on
Right
Discord.
to
Yeah.
me, sticks to Glee.
We are all totally down to talk and hang out on Discord all the time. We have something real quick that we talked about before. We're going to do it real quick, a little snippet. We got a drop for a new little segment that we're going to try.
I don't like this. I think I know where this is going.
It's called Starfinder Story Time.
Starfinder story time.
You guys ready for this drop? I'm turning up the music in your cans, so get ready. Here we go. I turn off the music here, and bada boom.
Starfinder story time. Starfinder story time. Starfinder story time. Starfinder story time.
Oh my god, it's so much better than I imagined.
That's
and that-
great.
Yep.
Thank you to the Falk family for supplying their children's voices.
And all the other children that we recorded.
That we denied.
Volunteered.
Yeah, we
Thousands
we
who
auditioned
volunteered,
thousands of
Just
children.
going up to
who
bed,
wanted to
like, in
hear
parks. Can we talk to your
Starfinder
kids?
story time.
Say Starfighter story. Just like shouting it.
Yeah, just randomly at the mall.
Some guys like, get away.
So Kev's gonna do our first little Starfinder story time. Take it away, Kev.
Get some hot cocoa. I'm ready.
This Starfinder story time is about the stewards. So we've ran into the stewards, in the last few episodes. They are coming to save us from the Greys. We also ran into the stewards back at the station in episode 1. So, but the stewards they were founded in Verces a millennia ago, and they're an organization of non-governmental peacekeeping individuals. It's pretty interesting that they operate like an elite warrior diplomat tasked to maintaining tenuous alliances between the Pact worlds. Some other interesting things is their primary headquarters are on the Bastion on Absalon Station. However, they are not a part of Absalon Station's government nor the Pact worlds. They're kind of like an independent organization away from the Pact. The Pact. The other thing is that they are quasi-militaristic and they are very strict to their code of ethics, which sometimes leads them into trouble because criminals know that they can just get out of the region in which the stewards are policing and can make it, and get free. However, they're not against employing the help of other industries or other organizations like the Knights of Galarian or the Skyfire Legion. I'm trying to think. I think that's about everything. Their highest leader is the Director General.
Yes. Who is kind of on, not on the Pact for the whole Pact worlds, but is a direct influencer and consultant for them.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even the Pact worlds, they look at the stewards as an advisor unit as opposed to an entity within their organizations. And it's interesting because the stewards do not interfere in government versus government issues unless it violates the spirit and the word of the Pact.
Yeah.
And then they'll go in and assassinate somebody. So yeah, they're badasses in general. They're the most supreme law enforcement in the government or in the universe.
Yeah, they're cool. They got their basic enforcement officers. They have their special agents who you're talking to now, and then they have, of course, their Navy. And they have an interesting system too. Small note that I like, where it's if you have people from different branches, then they can kind of not obey orders from the other branch to a certain degree. It's pretty neat. You should read about it. Also, pretty sure that Maple Table has a awesome video on stewards. So
thank you, Nate.
Check
Nathaniel.
them out.
Yeah, check.
He has a ton of good videos. I'm sure his one on the stewards is great. I'm going to go look it up after this episode. I didn't realize he had one.
Yep. Anyway, that was Starfinder story time.
Starfinder story time.
Starfinder story time.
I love it. This will pop
you.
up sometimes, and I think if there's anybody who is I really want a Starfinder story time on this topic, let us know. And also, we'll just pop in with them sometimes, maybe in the middle of an episode, little lore drop.
The idea is just give you a little bit of background on the lore within Starfinder, straight out of the all the books that are available. So yeah, we're not making anything up. This is straight out of a book.
Straight out of a book.
Written by Paizo officials.
Should we play?
Yeah,
let's play. Do it. You all have taken some decisive movement as you decided to test out the olfactory nose on each of you, encountering a pleasant scent that overall fills you with a warm, happy sensation. But at the pinnacle of that experience, when you're totally lost in that feeling, everything flips and the smell or the taste becomes sour, becomes rotten, becomes gross, and you fling it off of your noses or nostrils or whatever it might be. strange. Heerz picks it up, pockets it for later. You keep exploring down this long hallway that you have identified as the gray staff area for relaxing, for cleaning, for thinking. Because you discover that in these boxes, not only was there this olfactory nose, but there are personal belongings from who knows who, from all over the packed world. And as you get to the end, you see that there's a giant airlock door, and you think this could be a possible exit, but it's locked with vault-grade mechanisms that would require typically a computer to unlock. Sometimes, if you could do it, you might be able to get it open, but it's a long shot. And as you're looking at this, reviewing this knowledge that, hey, here is a potential end to everything that's happened over the past, 2 days? You've rested 2 long rests, so maybe it's been 24 to 36 hours since you emerged from those escape pods and first made your way through all this horror back when Nico was alive. As you're realizing this creature, this mini dune worm, emerges from this gore pile of blood and body parts and limbs and fluids and tries to fascinate you with its semi-translucent body to do who knows what. And you book it. Heerz books it. Dr. OK, Bernice, book it. Rick books it. You guys run back, realizing that this corridor maybe is not the way down.
Rick walked patiently.
Rick strut patiently down the hallway.
It was Rick's idea, and I think it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
A good idea.
You guys come back up, heading north of the communications room where you first spoke with the stewards. And again, you saw that the hallway on your left was another set of double doors. Then on your right, the hallway turns and extends about 50 feet down. And there are 2 doors on the north side. One at the far end, light single pane door, intact. The door, however, immediately in front of you has been cut open in several places, crumpled, partially melted, the door frame severely damaged, and the smears that you're seeing here on the floor are dark liquids. And they seem to run down the floor, falling into cracks as the uneven floor and the low light of this large hallway obscures most of what you could see in the room. So what do you want to do?
Heerz wants to roll life science on the goo.
Life science on the goo.
For a 20.
Dr. OK, can you sample this liquid and find out what it is?
I can certainly try. And said Dr. OK.
Clarification, there's 2 doors in this hallway. This one here, I'm marking them on the
There's
screen.
3. But there's
This one here,
Yep.
and then the double doors right next to us, which is obviously another room.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very end of that hallway, there's nothing. It's just it comes kind of to a point, and that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 2 doors are like to the left-hand side of that hallway, and then the hallway just dead ends.
Yeah. Dr. K, you walk up. Heerz, you get a sample. You're trying to look through it. Dr. K, maybe you put it in your microlab?
Custom microlab.
Yeah. They're biological fluids. With that 20 and with the microlab, you can tell that they're biological fluids. They're likely blood from various species. And you identify at least 3 different species. There is Tashtari blood. There is Dromaeosaurid blood.
Oh.
There is Ikeshti blood. And there's troll blood.
They're experiments and monsters that we've been fighting.
There is definitely some sort of chimera-like. Can I know that this is actually one creature just with different types of blood, or is it blood of 4 types of creatures mixed together?
It seems like it's blood of 4 different types of creatures together.
Have we seen the Akeshti before?
I don't think so.
Or is that a new creature?
I don't know anything about it. Can I do a
Get ready, y'all, for an Akeshti.
recall knowledge?
Yeah, give me a recall knowledge.
There's no such thing as recall knowledge.
It's a culture check. You can use culture to recall knowledge about a culture's customs, laws, government leaders,
There it is.
inhabitants, legends,
I rolled a
religion,
17
history,
for recall.
and related topics.
For culture.
19.
I rolled a 23.
23. Okay. You know that Akeshti are a hardy race of lizard folk native to the deserts and hills of Akiton. And I like this line here. Their convoluted life cycle provides the blueprint for their civilization. So the thing is that they essentially are born, and at a young age, they eat anything that they come across, right? And as they grow, within about 5 years, their brains develop, their bodies develop. This is all typical, I think, as a corollary to human life. But around 5 years, right, then they essentially begin to go work. They move into a more space of I don't know what the right word is. They kind of band together as adolescents to do trading, mechanics, scavengers, right? It's around 10 to 20 years later that they begin to what is called rut, where they become violent and single-minded, and any intelligence they have is overcome by this urge to just fight and then mate. And so essentially, they find a way, they mate, they fight, and they become what could be a broodminder, where they are...
It's their, evolutionary cycle.
Yeah.
Or their life cycle, really.
Yeah, and I think with that 23, you know that they can essentially become broodminders, where they are trying to help breed, right? Mm-hmm. And form broods. And then there are congregants, and then there are Riveners, who are Akeshti who don't ever get the chance to mate, and they essentially continue to rut into low intelligence and skyrocketing levels of aggression.
Would I be able to know the composition based on the genetics that I have before me with my microlab as to the developmental stage and or condition of said creature who produced this blood?
Sure. Give me another life science check, and also give me an engineering check.
Okay. 14 on the die.
Can we support at all?
For life science.
Not on life science, but maybe on the engineering.
Engineering.
Okay.
So that's 25.
25 on what?
Engineering.
Okay.
Make that 27.
27.
27 engineering, and what was your life science?
Natural 20 for a 33.
How are your skills so high?
Man.
Mine are all... Well, I guess I spread them out too thin. I tried to... So I could assist you guys and everything, because I was already low on every...
Osharus are a studious race, Rick. You should know this about us by now. And very pious towards our to our research. So I happen to know quite a bit.
It seems like
+4 intelligence.
this is what biohackers are for, right? So it seems like the blood apparently belongs... At first, you see the markers for a Rivener, but you also see some modifications that you're not sure why they're there.
Well, I'm going to attempt to, get some sort of attunement maybe towards the blood here.
Okay.
I know I have to do it from a willing creature, I think technically is what it says, but maybe I'll read into it a bit.
Okay. Yeah, so it's markers of a Rivener, but also some of the markers have been changed. So unclear why.
They've been engineered?
Yeah, been modified.
Oh.
Your engineering check would tell you that you're also picking up nanobots in the blood. They don't seem like they are part of the modification. They seem like they're, again, another stream of creature that has blended into this dark smear in the hallway.
Fascinating.
So what do you all want to do? You're standing outside this door, reading out your microlab as another low vibration passes through and you hear a crack in the wall grow wider.
Is the radiation from here also kind of high?
No.
Okay.
It's not coming up on the chemalizer. Yeah.
Okay.
Kev?
Can I do like a survival check for orienteering once each hour while traveling through unfamiliar terrain, and each time you move close to a natural hazard such as quicksand or patches of poisonous atmosphere, you can use survival to keep from getting lost or to notice or avoid a hazard. Does that apply here? Can I use that to find if we're heading in the right direction for to find this ladder well to the reactor? I feel like depending on how you read that sentence, it works.
Yeah, but I think I would just tell you the same thing that you would know from a metagame perspective, which is that you are moving through and you're like, there aren't too many other ways that we can go here. And it seems like this is likely the case, that there's something up here, that it's going to be in one of these two spaces above. I will tell you that. It's probably not in the double doors to your left.
And it's not from the door that was pinging us the radiation?
Correct.
Okay.
It seems like at least moving through one of these two doors up ahead, that is the right direction to go.
So Rick will kind of he just kind of like analyzes the room with his, just from his eyes, and he'll say out loud, like, I do believe that the way to the reactor is in one of these two rooms.
Can we peer through the opening with all this blood? Can you see through it? Is the door broken?
Yeah, I mean, you would have to get up close, but you could be able to see through it.
All right, Heerz will try to do that.
Rick will move. Oh, I was going to say Rick will move forward.
That's fine, Rick. You can.
Rick,
Stick his giant artillery laser into this tiny hole.
Rick, because you rolled so well on survival, right?
I didn't roll at all. You told me not to.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No, I'll roll it.
Roll. I was going to say, just go ahead and roll survival.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
8 plus 6.
You can tell that as you walk up, the direction of tracks in this.
Oh, yeah, because it's following tracks, too. Good job, Will. I mean, sorry, John. My brain is glitching.
You can tell that the tracks seem to move away from this area.
Wait, they're coming from the door and moving down the hall?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And
That's good.
Give me a mysticism check, some of you.
Oh, okay.
All of you.
16 plus 1 is a 17.
26.
26. Dr.
I
Pink?
rolled a 3.
You're busy in your
He's a
microlab.
Scientist. He's a scientist.
You're busy in your microlab. Rick, do you point that out to people, saying like the tracks are moving away?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It appears as if this blood trail is coming from that door, not into it.
Oh.
Good. That's good. Potentially.
With the mysticism,
If you guys say so.
with the mysticism, you realize that some of the tracks disappear mid-stride, and you think maybe something has caused them to teleport, and then you're thinking back to the green energy that fluctuates. And you realize that at some point in this area, they were moving through and they transported out. or they went through this green energy. You put those two things together.
But they're bleeding all the way there. Weird. Heerz
So, like,
tells us that.
The orbs that were in this hallway were coming from this room.
You don't think that. You think that the tracks show that the creatures disappeared mid-stride. The creatures that you fought before appeared out of a portal. So you think here they were leaving the room. Not necessarily because of the portal, but they entered into the portal.
Hey, y'all, I'm pretty sure they went through the portal right about here where the blood ends. So that's probably the same folks we've been fighting this whole time.
I'm just a little confused. So like, the ones we fought weren't bloody when we saw them.
I don't know.
They were bloodied after we fought them, hopefully.
Well, maybe something happened to them in that portal. They were patched up or changed or something.
Maybe this has to do with how they were spawned. I don't know if I want to investigate right now or we want to go behind this other...
I think we should try the other door at this point.
Can we see anything else in there?
Yeah, so as you look through, you realize that this room, there's a walkway that runs along the southern and western walls of this. Mm-hmm. And there are these nested chambers of clear material that look like they are holding cells. You can tell that some of the metal panels on the wall have been dented, slashed, burned, or torn down, and you see more of that rock beneath it. And you can see that in the right past the door, there are a lot of panels that have also fallen down and shelves. And you can see more of that ichor and blood splattered across the walls, across these clear walls deeper in the room. And you think, oh, I don't know if they were damaged in here. There was blood and ichor in vials that have fallen and then have moved out. And so these creatures probably weren't damaged in there. Something happened in here. This is probably where some of those creatures were. And then they got out somehow. And they damaged the room.
Could be there more in there too.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's try the other door.
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything like moving or alive in there?
Sure.
Oh my god, I'm rolling terrible. 4 + 6 is 10.
Nothing. You can't tell. It's too dark to see in the back. There does appear to be a gash in the wall. You can see a little bit of light coming through and from the right, probably from the room next door.
Can Heerz use his blind sense to sense living creatures?
How far out can you sense living creatures? What's the range on that?
I think your license is only 30 feet, right?
Yeah, it's something like 30 feet, I believe.
Okay.
I'm going to double check, but would 30 feet do it?
You don't sense any creatures within 30 feet from where you are now.
Okay. Yeah, it's 30 feet.
Move over one.
How about
What?
How about here?
I just moved up like 1 square.
Do I sense anything?
Heerz tries again.
All the vibrations from this place and the instability are kind of messing with your senses. You don't.
All right.
You can't tell anything. Move over 1. Love it. All right. So what do you want to do?
Heerz is going to go to the other door, kind of gesture to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Sneak.
Let's not investigate what made this black madness.
Is this kind of door the sort of Star Trek-y doors that slide open, or is it another type?
It's a side open door. Same.
Okay.
Yep. Just a light door.
Just for note, blind sense is it says operates out of a range specified in your creature's description. So
Got
whatever your
It's still 30, but
Got
yes,
it.
thank you.
Still 30. There is a little view panel in here. You can see that the lights are flickering. Seems like there are bodies laying on the floor. Sorry, a body possibly laying on the floor. You can't tell. And there are a couple dim lights of workstations across the room. But because those are so bright and the lights keep going off and on, it's tough to make out exactly what else could be in that room. Seems like it's pretty long.
He's just gonna stealthily open. Well, we can't really do that. He's gonna open the door.
Yep.
I'm going to say, hey, Bernice, do you mind to check out this hallway quickly?
Also, Heerz is gonna release dancing lights, 4 of them, to throw them into the room
Okay.
to help Bernice see.
Yeah, distract from the fact that she's an inanimate object, just sort of creeping through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rick is gonna go. I'm gonna
Pop out.
try this
Before
again,
this
but
happens, I'm gonna post up on the other side of the door.
Okay.
They look like 4 little Navis flying around in there.
Going prone gives me bonus to my armor class against range attacks, but it doesn't affect me for
I think
taking the attacks, right?
I think for melee attacks,
it gets a -4 for melee, but
Yeah.
nothing for. Okay, so I'm not going to do that then. I was going to go prone just to try to give me an advantage, but Rick is standing straight across from the door with his back to that hall, to the other side of the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we are on flanking sides of the door square.
Okay. And Rick is just immediately in front of it. I love it.
Gun right
And
in the
Bernice,
doorway.
the door opens, and the light from inside this hallway, whatever extra light there might be, casts about 5 feet in before losing to the darkness that is inside the room.
Oh, the music changed.
As Bernice moves in and the colored lights
Dark.
float through, you see a room probably, what is that? 50 by 25 feet. Like a hexagon shape, but a long hexagon. And you see that there are 4 double workstations that dot the room. Again, these workstations are suitable for small humanoids, probably for greys. And you see that between the 2 most northwest stations is another smoky machine that you think that's probably another one of those gray comm units. There's an airlock door similar to the one that you saw in the other corridor at the other end of this. Same vault gray door. And there's another single pane door on the right side. And what Bernice also sees is that there is a small humanoid
dead gray.
sprawled on the floor in the center of the room. Appears to be somewhat mutilated.
Oh my!
It looks like a dead gray.
And you can see on the left that light that you could see through the wrecked door is a hole in the wall that connects these 2.
Oh my god! To the other room?
Yeah,
Oh, how big is that hole?
maybe a foot or 2. Not big, but it appears like the rock has kind of crumbled down and caused this hole to appear. So it's likely the same on the other side.
So Bernice is going to go around the room, avoiding the body, avoiding any obstacles, trying to
This
avoid
thrumming noise is not helping us.
trying to avoid all of the like any object that might be loose on the ground or whatever, debris, not touching or disturbing anything. Moving as silently and as methodically, but as possible. Smooth and slow.
Okay.
And we'll go to each of the comms and try to interface with them just to see what they are.
At the same time, Rick is going to move into the room and do like a sidestep and provide cover.
Okay, so Bernice is going to move forward going to which
This
comm?
first one here on the left, and then
What's the range on your drone? How far out can it get from you before it?
I will pull it up. But also I can give like a limited instruction.
Okay.
I think it's the range of my custom microlab, which is...
I don't see like a number in the rulebook. Your drone must be able to see or hear you.
I think
or be within
so. Like the
of your custom
range,
range.
yeah, of like the microlab is like 30 feet or something.
Okay, so 30 feet. So
Wait, how does the drone relate to the microlab?
It doesn't in the sense but I would say like my interface is the same interface that the micro lab. It like has its own computer.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think it would just mechanically apply here to see, can you stay outside the room and interface with the ones at the far end of the room? Or do you have to come in? Or you stay at the far end of the room and then wait for Bernice to come back in range.
To receive commands, your drone must be able to see or hear you or be within range of your custom rig. If you become unconscious, blah, blah, blah. So, if your drone is ever out of range, your drone cannot take actions until you are able to regain or able to command it or it is once more in range. So, as long as you are inside of it, sight, hearing, or within range of your custom rig is what I read.
Okay.
So you should be fine for this room, right? As long as you're standing at the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Rick, you walk in, provide cover, and Bernice goes up to the first console. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And here's what are you doing?
Heerz is going to roll life science on the gray. I'm assuming gray to just see. I know it's slashed up, but just see if it can figure out maybe what attacked it. If there's some.
Would that be a life science or a medicine?
Correct. It would be a medicine, wouldn't it? Which
life science is
It can be either.
Identify.
I'm going to say for this, it can be either.
It's a 21 then for life science.
Okay. Do you go in the room or are you just looking from far away?
If I have to go in, if Heerz knows he has to go in, he'll do it in order to make this work.
I don't think you can get much without going in at least a little further because the lights are pretty dim. And you don't have...
Trying to draw us in. Don't let him do it.
Heerz rolls perception to see if maybe he can... I mean, we can just see that there's nothing in there, but I feel like that hole is a problem. It's a 12.
Your perception is a 12. Doesn't look like there's anything in there.
God damn it. All right, well...
So what kind of console is this?
Here, Dr. K,
Grace
one
console?
sec. Sorry. Here, so are you going to go in or not?
I rolled an 18 for perception.
No, I'll wait for Bernice to come back with info.
Rick rolls an 18 for perception from inside the room.
Okay. Rick, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Heerz did the life science check. So you do see, I think, that, again, the gray in the middle has been... The head is partially exploded, probably from a Cortex bomb. Again, it does seem mutilated. What that could be from, or what that means, or how, or where, anything more about that, you're going to need to go in and get within 10 feet of it, because you can't. Unless you want to have...
Which is conveniently the range of the super explosive that's going to go off when we get there.
Maybe 15 feet, but if you're going to remain out, you won't know. Do you want to do anything? Because if not, I want to go through and
Not doing
talk
anything
about
yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so go for it, yeah.
Okay. Bernice, you go up. It's a functional computer. And seems like you can try and connect with Bernice if you want. Or anybody could connect in that way. Okay.
Bernice connects.
Okay. Seems like it is locked in that you'll just need to make a computer check to hack in.
Bernice is going to do that and initiate her skill unit for internal database.
Heerz assists somehow, if possible.
I think you would...
I
don't know that you can.
I don't think we could.
Yeah.
Because it's Bernice doing it, not
Yeah,
Dr.
not
OK.
Dr.
Yeah.
OK.
If Dr. K was doing it, then you could.
Right. So just for the listener, the three of us are still at the door. Bernice has gone into the room to one of the computers. So,
Notably, Rick is inside the door.
yeah, I'm inside the door. The other two are
Notably.
standing outside.
So when the portal opens up, it'll get him first.
Okay.
For 18 on the die for
Wow.
24. From
Crushing
Bernice.
it. Okay.
Damn.
You hacks in and the computer unlocks. You see, let me pull this up. You see that there are 3 control modules. The first one seems to be some sort of basic facilities control module. Might have some information that might be useful.
For
Otherwise,
navigation, maybe, or getting out of this place.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just thinking. I'm thinking out loud as my character.
I did not mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, I shouldn't have cut you off.
That's fine. No, I shouldn't have cut you off. It seems to be like building management. Yeah, possibly something. Navigation. I don't know. That one you can access. The other two seem like they are closed off behind a firewall. And just to be clear about computer skills, firewall adds a +2 to the DC that you originally had to get into the computer. It's just that +2 in order to access that module with the firewall.
And I don't. And there's 2 modules behind it.
There are, there are 3 modules total. One seems like you can access right now. It's the basic facilities. The other 2 are behind firewalls.
I'm going to access the basic facilities first before locating the other 2 modules.
Okay. As you move over to the basic facilities, you open it, and immediately this window pops up. And it appears to be a reactor overload warning symbol. Seems like it is flashing, confirming what Shay was saying about the situation, right? You exit out of it. You're like, yes, I know.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know. It seems like this control module, you can do a number of things. You can stabilize the lighting throughout this facility. You can
turn it all out.
You can adjust the temperature or the airflow within breathable means. It is a building management system. Additionally, you can tell that there are schematics for 2 areas here that you can access. Nice. I am going to take those schematics and I'm going to put them in your journal right now.
Ooh. Okay, that doesn't look familiar at all.
Additionally,
that looks familiar.
Yeah. Just one more room basically up ahead.
Do you guys want to describe what you see?
Okay, so it shows the basic layout of what we've already kind of seen. So we came in from the bottom through where we fought the Greybounder. And then you come in, and around that corner, there were those 2 doors. One large room that we did go into. And then there's another room along the left side. There's like almost compartments. And it looks like there's about 5 equal-sized compartments, but 3 of them are combined. And that's the room we did not go into that had the koi fish thing in it. Is that right? Or was it the other room?
I can't tell which one you're looking at, but yeah.
Well, because there was the 2 rooms there. No, we went to the one that had the koi fish. The other one was like the Godzilla thing.
Kyokor, yeah.
And then we came up down that hallway. It shows on the other side the hallway with all the little cutouts that we explored, and the last one where we saw the weird lizard thing or worm thing. There's the comms room that we went in on the left side, the big room that we did not go into with the radiation thing. Then there's the 2 rooms that we are now looking at. The one with
a room next to a larger room.
Yeah, so there's the damaged room is a small room, and then about equal size as the room we're currently in. There's another little cutout there that looks like it could be the
stairwell icon.
I think it is.
Yeah. And then at the end of that is a big room.
There also is one here to the right
in the big room.
Yeah, the big room at the top is connecting from the doors that of the room we're currently in, but also the other door where the worm was is one large room that looks to have some kind of exit on the far right hand side of that. So is the door ahead of us then, does it look like airlock doors as well? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that did look like airlock doors.
So that's probably an airlock chamber.
What is this?
What is what?
The door to your right on the eastern
That's the
wall.
one with the staircase, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this door in this room, halfway into the room and to the right, we think is the door that is the ladder wall down. So then looking at schematics A, what is schematics A then?
Maybe
the other
the
schematic.
That was where we came from.
I don't see a ladder wall. Is it? It is. That's where we came from. You're right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it shows the room we landed in. The
you're right.
The second room is the washroom or whatever it was. The cleaning room. Is that what
I say Bernice rolls for the other modules, and then we check out this stairwell, guys. Up ahead, I think, on the right side.
I concur, and Rick will start walking slowly into the room with his rifle up.
Okay.
Towards the gray body.
As you walk up,
oh my god!
From the other end of the hall, where the airlock doors are, you do hear this like.
Orb.
As these two fierce winged creatures emerge from behind the northern workstations, and that's our game.
Amazing.
Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Well, it looks like we got ambushed again by not being perceptive enough and not being careful enough. I kind of wish that I had chat out right now. I think maybe now I should just always have chat out and like have him go into rooms like carrying a rock or maybe Nico's dead body or something to aggro whatever's in there so we don't get caught by surprise. Maybe that would be a good thing to do. We're slowly, as you hopefully notice, getting a little bit more careful and playing a little bit better. And I just want to thank all of you for giving us your feedback. A lot of you do on Discord and Twitter sometimes and stuff like that. And we really appreciate it. And we just appreciate all of you. We're so happy that we get to do this with you and for you. And I just want to wish you another good week until next Wednesday when we see you again. Later, y'all.